Ahoy, fourth graders! Welcome to Unit 9, Lesson 20. Today we'll be looking at fractions on a number line. So a number line shows the fourths between 0 and 1. Now any number line can show a fraction between 0 and 1. Remember that a fraction is part of a whole. The key thing about counting for fractions on a number line is you actually want to count the gaps. So here you can see that this kind of looks like the fraction bars we've been practicing. So 1/4 occurs in the gap between 0 and the fraction 1/4. Now 0/4, remember, is equivalent to the number 0. Then we see another gap in between 1/4 and 2/4. So far we have 1, 2, then this will be 3, 4 parts on our number line. So you would know where to graph 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then 4/4, remember, is equivalent to 1 whole. And 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2, or halfway between 0 and 1. The key thing I want you to remember is that when you're looking at number lines, count the gaps instead of the lines. So we can see these number lines are divided to show different fractions. So again, if I count the gaps in between 0 and 1, the first whole numbers on the number line, I'll be able to figure out which fraction they are using. So there's a gap 1 and 2 here. So this graph is using halves, as you can see. Or excuse me, not graph, but number line is using halves. So in between 0 and 1, we would have the fraction 1/2. In between 1 and 2, we would have the mixed number 1 and 1/2. Okay, so on and so forth. 2, then the mixed number 2.5, whole number 3, 3.5, 4. So halfway between 4 and 5, I know it's split into 2 parts, so this would be 4 and 1/2 as a mixed number. If we did the improper fraction, you can see here that it's following a pattern of counting up, so 7 halves, 8 halves, something, and then 10 halves. So that means this would be 9/2, or 9 halves, which we could figure out using our trick of doing 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 1, 9, denominator stays the same. The next number line, if I counted the gaps, I'd figure out it's 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts. So this is split into fourths, as you can see here. 0 to 1/4 to 2/4 to 3/4 to 1. So next, I can see again it's split in between 1, 2, 3, 4 parts between the whole numbers 1 and 2. So we have to find this missing piece. Well, between 1 and 2/4, I see that that's going up 1 part. So that would be 1 and 1/4. Now it's the mixed number because we've already crossed past the whole number 1. 1 and 1/4 would be the same as the mixed number, or excuse me, the improper fraction, 5/4. You could find that by using our trick. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1, 5, 5/4. Now we'll continue. They have all of the other pieces labeled, so you can see it's just counting up by fourths. So 2, 2.25, 2 2/4. Ooh, we're missing something. Okay, so what would come next after 2 2/4? Well, the next part would be 2 3/4. The improper fraction that would be corresponding with that we can find with our trick, or notice the pattern that's forming. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11, which if you look at the pattern forming, 11/4 would be next in line. Now you can see it continues going up the number line. 3, 3.25, 3 2/4, 3 3/4, 4. Ooh, what would come next right after 4? Well, it would be 4 1/4. The improper fraction that would match that would be 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1, 17/4. Now, the next number line you can see is split into 8 parts. I'll show you that by counting the gaps. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. Now, we see that it's in eighths. What would come right before 4/8? Or if I count up from 0, it'd be 1/8, 2/8. Well, next in line would be 3/8, which makes sense because it comes right before 4/8. Now I can continue counting up 5/8, 6/8. So point F would be 7/8, which comes right before the whole 8/8. So now you notice that we don't need to find any mystery numbers in between until we get to point G. Well, let's see where we were at. So we were at 2 4/8, which is like 2 1/2, but we're counting up by eighths. So next would be 2 5/8, 2 6/8, 2 7/8, which makes sense because it's right before the whole 3, which would be like writing 2 8/8, or the whole number 3. So then the other points are all good to go until we get to H. So I see the whole number 4, so this would be 4 1/8, 4 2/8, so this would be 4 3/8. So again, really all you have to do is count the gaps to figure out which denominator they're using, and then use the lines to help you count up to find the mystery missing parts. All right, so here we have some more examples of fractions on a number line. So let's count the gaps to figure out which denominator we're using here. So I see 1, 2, 3 gaps, so that means there are 3 parts. So the denominator will be 3 on this number line. So you use the lines to count up, because this would be 0 or 0/3. This would be next in line 1. So 1/3 would be the fraction. Then we would have 2/3 and then 3/3, or the whole number 1. Now if I continue, after 1 whole, we would get 1 1/3, and then 1 2/3 would be next. Then that makes sense because 2 would also be 1 3/3. You would add the whole number to the fraction. So this would be 2 1/3, 2 2/3, 3, 3 1/3. So again, count the gaps and then use the lines to count up to find the missing pieces. So we'll do that again. Count the gaps to figure out a denominator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there are 9 gaps, or 9 parts. So that is our denominator today. So if I count up, that's 1/9, 2/9, so point G is at 3/9. Okay, let's continue. So after the whole number 1, I see that the H is further along. So this would be 1 1/9, 1 2/9, 1 3/9, 1 4/9, 1 5/9, 1 6/9. Okay, let's just make sure I was counting correctly, because that would be 7, 8, yep, and 9/9. Perfect. All right, so now the next point is I. So 3, we have 3 1/9, 3 2/9, 3 3/9. So I'll go ahead and write that. All right, and then that is it for the missing pieces on these number lines. So now we have the ultimate challenge. We have a variety of different fractions and mixed numbers that need to be placed on this number line. So first I'm going to count up on this number line the gaps. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gaps. Okay, so if there are 10 parts, that means the denominator should be 10. So I see a lot of fractions and mixed numbers that have the denominator 5, that when I get to it, or 2 even, I'm going to want to change it into tenths. So we'll do that for the first one. In order for 1/5 to become tenths, I need to take it times 2. So that means I need to do the top number times 2 as well. So 1/5 is equal to 2 tenths. Now there's no whole number, so that means it's less than 1. So 2 tenths would be 1, 2. So I've already found the first point here. So I'll label that point A, right above 2 tenths. Yay! The next one is already in tenths. It's less than 1 still, so I'll be down here, and that's 7/10. So I know A was 2/10, so I'll just keep counting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/10. Okay, so I'll point a dot there and label that point B at 7/10. That makes sense because then I'm going to go 8, 9, 10/10 for one whole. All right, point C, I need to change into tenths first. The whole number will stay the same, so I'll leave that as 1 and. In order for this to become tenths, I need to take 5 times 2, so I take the top number, numerator, times 2. So I need to label 1 and 4/10. So past the 1, so I need to go 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. Okay, so I'll place a dot there, and that is point C. Point D, I see is past the whole number 2, which the whole numbers stay the same when I'm changing denominators. They just kind of hang out for a while. I need to use the denominator 10. So in order to change 2 to 10, I take that times 5, and I take the numerator times 5 as well. So 1 times 5. So this is 2 and 5/10, or 2 and 1/2. So this will be halfway between 2 and 3. So I'll count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10. So that should be right in the middle of our whole numbers 2 and 3 because it is point D, which is 2 and 5/10, or 2.5. Beautiful. Point E is already in tenths, yay! And it's the whole number 3 and fraction 3/10. So past the 3, 1, 2, 3/10. Okay. Point of the dot there, and that's point E, 3 and 3/10. The next one, F, is 4 and 2/5. So again, the whole number just hangs out while we do the work. Change it to tenths. 5 times 2 would give me 10, so I have to do 2 times 2 to get 4. All right, so this is 4 and 4/10. So past the whole number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4/10. All right, so point F is done. Ooh, yay. G is already in tenths. It's 4 and 9/10. Okay, well, I just did 4/10, so I can count up from there. So if this is 4 and 4/10, I just need to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 and 9/10, which makes sense. It would come right before the whole number 5. All right, the last one is point H, which is 5 and 1/2. Now I can change this to tenths, or I can realize that this is going to be halfway between 5 and 6. Now halfway, if I convert that into tenths, would be taking 2 times 5, the denominator, so I'd have to do the numerator 1 times 5. Yeah, 5 and 5/10. That makes sense. So 1/10, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that that is halfway between the whole number 5 and 6. All right, ladies and gents, it's your turn. First, tell me how many equal parts are between 0 and 1. So just like I was doing on my number lines, count the gaps, figure out what the denominator will be, and then you count the number lines to figure out the numerator. Count the dashes. So solve for the denominator, figure out how many gaps there are, then count up using the lines to figure out the mixed number or fractions for D, E, and F on the number line here.